the Arab world and Arab leaders are strongly condemning Donald Trump's repeated news conferences, press conferences, statements stating that he wants to conquer Gaza, that he wants to just take it, that he wants to just take all of the Palestinian people and move them to Jordan and Egypt. Egypt and Jordan, by the way, say, no, we don't agree to that. We're not having that happen. The only thing that we're agreeable to is a two-state solution. Donald Trump, by the way, was talking about conquering Gaza in the Oval Office with King Abdullah of Jordan yesterday, and you can see how visibly uncomfortable King Abdullah was. Let's rewind, though, shall we? And let's take a look first at the origin of where these plans were hatched. You'll remember and recall from our coverage here on the Midas Touch Network that we were trying to warn everybody, and it shouldn't have been just us, but when Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu took that trip to Mar-a-Lago multiple times, but during the campaign, July 26, 2024, go back and look at what we were saying. We're saying clearly what they're doing there is trying to stop the ceasefire that former President Biden was trying to negotiate. The same way Donald Trump killed the border bill and said that it was a winning issue for him to have chaos at the border, and he didn't want to hand former President Biden a win on the border, Donald Trump kills things that he believes would be helpful to political opponents, even if it benefits we the people. Why? Donald Trump and Elon Musk said it. They want us to suffer. Those are their exact words, that the people need to suffer to be patriotic and support Donald Trump and Elon Musk. So let me show you this. Look, Margot Martins, Donald Trump's top advisor, one of his top advisors, July 26, 2024, he's hatching the plan there with Netanyahu. And they're talking crap about Kamala Harris. But what they're doing in private is they're coming up with their plan at that time to stop the ceasefire from happening, in my view, and to have Donald Trump lay the foundation to take over Gaza. Here, play this clip.
No, I have no remarks. She's a radical left person, San Francisco, destroyed San Francisco. She's really a destroyer. She doesn't know how to build. And I think her remarks were disrespectful. They weren't very nice pertaining to Israel. I actually don't know how a person who's Jewish can vote for her, but that's up to them. But she was certainly disrespectful to Israel, in my opinion.
Now, you could rewind this even more than that. You'll remember our coverage here on the Midas Touch Network about Jared Kushner saying that what he wanted to do was turn Gaza into real estate property. He wanted to see it basically leveled and rebuilt and the Palestinians moved out. This was years ago. Kushner was saying this. And we were saying, everybody, hello, are you hearing what they're saying? Here, play this clip.
In Gaza's waterfront property, it could be very valuable to, if people would focus on kind of building up livelihoods. You think about all the money that's gone into this tunnel network and into all the munitions. If that would have gone into education or innovation, what could have been done? And so I think that it's a little bit of an unfortunate situation there. But I think from Israel's perspective, I would do my best to move the people out and then clean it up. But I don't think that Israel has stated that they don't want the people to move back there afterward. The thing that I would try to do if I was Israel right now is I would just bulldoze something in the Negev. I would try to move people in there. I know that won't be the popular thing to do, but I think that that's a better option to do so that you can go in and finish the job.
All right, I thought it was important to refresh your recollection with those two clips that predate the election, okay? That's why it shocked me that there would be Muslims for Trump or Palestinians for Trump. That and for a variety of other reasons. I don't know. How about a Muslim ban? And how about the fact that, in contrast to what Trump was saying, Vice President Kamala Harris wanted a two-state solution. She wanted aid to flow into Gaza. Anyway, I digress. Here's Jordanian Deputy Prime Minister on CNN. And here he's very firm. No, you don't get to conquer Gaza. We in Jordan are not going to take all of the Palestinian people. We could do 2,000 for humanitarian reasons, kids with cancer and kids who are, been brutally maimed. We'll bring 2,000 kids. We're not taking the Palestinian people. Their homeland is in Palestine, is what they're saying. They have land right now. There needs to be a two-state solution. Here, play this clip.
Again, we're having a conversation with the president. He presented his views. We presented ours. Our position is very clear in Jordan that we cannot afford any more refugees. We're the largest per capita host of refugees in the region. We have 35% of our population are refugees. So we made that clear. And I think the president understands that what we want is to achieve peace. What we want is to rebuild Gaza. And again, the president says that his plan is driven by his humanitarian concern, which we appreciate. Our position is that we can rebuild Gaza without Gazans leaving Gaza, and Gazans leaving Gaza will not be a solution. And for us in Jordan, it is a matter of stability and security. And therefore, our position is that we should solve the Palestinian issue in Palestine, on Palestinian land, and this conversation with the administration will continue. I think the objective is to bring about peace. The president says he wants to bring about peace. We are partners for him in bringing about that peace and just peace. But our position is very clear. In order for peace to be lasting, for everybody to feel secure, we have to have the two-state solutions where Palestinians stay in Palestine and do not leave the country.
Here's the Jordanian prime minister again talking about what King Abdullah wants. Notably, King Abdullah, when he was in the Oval Office, did not stand up to Donald Trump. And again, he looked very uncomfortable being in the Oval Office as Trump was saying all of those things. But King Abdullah left the dirty work to his deputy prime minister. Play this clip.
Out front now for an exclusive interview, the foreign minister and deputy prime minister of Jordan, Ayman Safadi, who was in the room for that crucial meeting between President Trump and King Abdullah of Jordan today. So I appreciate your time, Minister Safadi. So you just hear President Trump there say, and I quote him, there's a parcel of land in Jordan. He said, parcel of land in Jordan where the Palestinians from Gaza will go live. Is that the case?
Well, good evening, and thanks for having me. His Majesty did have a very good discussion with the president. Obviously, the presser took place before the expanded meeting where the ideas were discussed. President Trump presented his ideas. I believe he's driven by, as he said, humanitarian concern for Gaza. He believes that Gaza cannot rebuild without Gazans leaving their land. His Majesty was very clear that we have a plan through which we'll be able to rebuild Gaza without Gazans leaving their Gaza. And this is a very a key position for Jordan. Beyond that, I think we had a very good discussion. His Majesty made it very clear where we stand in terms of we can put up a plan that will rebuild Gaza without moving Gazans out of Gaza.
Okay, so very clear on your plan, rebuild Gaza without moving Gazans out. And, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but just to be clear, parcel of land in Jordan does not fit with that. It sounded like you were very clear that Trump said that before the meeting with King Abdullah. So do you think he changed his mind on this parcel of land in Jordan, or is it unclear at this time?
I think the president was very clear that he understands the key role Jordan plays, that Jordan's stability is key for the stability of the region. He listened attentively to what His Majesty said. And as I said, His Majesty was very clear, even in the presser, that he'll do what's right for Jordan and the interest of the Jordanian people. And the interest of Jordan and the Jordanian people is to solve the Palestinian issue in Palestine without Palestinians having to leave. And again, this is a conversation. The president presented his views, His Majesty presented ours, and we believe there's a path forward to rebuild Gaza without moving Palestinians out, and there's a path forward to achieve the just and lasting peace which the president says he wants to bring about, and we are partners with him in doing so. And the peace that we believe will be just and will be lasting is one that will be based on the two-state solution.
One of the things we're also learning, of course, is that Egypt has reportedly, quote, closed the door to any further discussions with the United States regarding the displacement of Palestinians from the Gaza Strip, with Egyptian officials having presented several plans for rebuilding Gaza without any kind of displacement. At least one of these plans has been delivered to the Trump administration. Cairo is said to be outraged by statements from both Israel and the United States calling for the total removal of the Palestinian population from Gaza, sending a message to Washington demanding clarification on recent comments by U.S. President Donald Trump, stating that sanctions could be imposed against Egypt if they refuse to accept Palestinian refugees. Egypt is pissed. Jordan is pissed. Saudi Arabia is pissed. Donald Trump thinks this is some game, some real estate transaction that everyone's going to go, oh, you are brilliant. How did you think of this, Donald? It's the opposite of what's happening. So here's what the Egyptians have said. Quote, Egypt expresses its intention to present a vision for the reconstruction of Gaza that guarantees the survival of the Palestinian people on their land. The Arab Republic of Egypt expresses its aspiration to cooperate with the U.S. administration led by President Trump in order to achieve a comprehensive and just peace in the region by reaching a just settlement of the Palestinian issue that takes into account the rights of the people of the region. The Arab Republic of Egypt expresses its aspiration to cooperate. In this context, Egypt affirms its intention to present a comprehensive vision for the reconstruction of the Gaza Strip in a manner that guarantees the survival of the Palestinian people on their land and in a manner consistent with the legitimate legal rights of this people. The Arab Republic stresses that any vision for resolving the Palestinian issue should take into account avoiding jeopardizing the gains in peace in the region in parallel with seeking to contain and deal with the causes and roots of the conflict by ending the Israeli occupation of Palestinian land and implementing the two-state solution as the only way to achieve stability and coexistence among the people of the region. In other words, go pound sand, Donald. This is the Arab League's Hassam Zaki. Here he is, again, saying Gaza's not just some piece of property that you buy and sell, idiot Donald Trump. Here, play this clip.
It is very clear that they have made their positions abundantly clear that this is rejected. It's not a workable plan. If the idea is to make Gaza a better place, then we can make Gaza a better place with Palestinians staying in Gaza, not without the Palestinians. We make it a better place for the Palestinians, not without the Palestinians. This is not just a piece of property that we can exchange or buy from another country, because even Israel doesn't own it, as anyone who has a remote sense of or knowledge of international law would tell you. Israel doesn't own it. This is not Israeli territory. This is Palestinian territory, and it is occupied by Israel. So Israel legally has no right to give up this land to anybody, to any other country.
And then Saudi Arabia has reacted. Of course, the chairman of the Gulf Research Center, Dr. Abdulaziz Sakar, reacts to the U.S. President Donald Trump's plans to take over the Gaza Strip. Here he talks about how shocked people were in the Muslim world. Play this clip.
Good evening to you and to all your audience, wherever they are. I think we were all shocked to hear what President Trump had said last night. This is why the Saudi response to such a statement came immediately after 3 hours of that statement in the end of the night for us in this part of the world. But again, the Saudi official statement came very clearly emphasizing what the Crown Prince have said before, whether during the Shura Council opening speech for the year or during the Arab Islamic Summit that was held in Riyadh. And both of those statements clearly indicated that without a two-state solution, there will be no normalization with Israel.
Again, you see the pain and the grimacing on King Abdullah's face right here as Donald Trump says, we're just gonna take it. We're gonna take Gaza. Play this clip.
I really think we're making some very good progress.
Mr. President, you've said before that the U.S. would buy Gaza, and today you just said we're not going to buy Gaza.
We're not going to have to buy. We're going to have Gaza. We don't have to buy. There's nothing to buy. We will have Gaza.
What is that?
No reason to buy. There is nothing to buy. It's Gaza. It's a war-torn area. We're going to take it. We're going to hold it. We're going to cherish it. We're going to get it going eventually where a lot of jobs are going to be created for the people in the Middle East. It's going to be for the people in the Middle East, but I think it could be a diamond. It could be an absolute tremendous asset for the Middle East. And you're going to have peace. It's going to bring peace in the Middle East. Gaza.
And Donald Trump's asked, okay, but under what authority are you going to do that? And Trump's like, under U.S. authority. Play this clip.
States was something that we're going to talk about later to discuss all these options.
And Mr. President, take it under what authority? It is sovereign territory.
Under the U.S. authority.
And Mr. President.
Well, there you have it. Donald Trump being strongly rebuked by the Middle East, by Jordan, by Egypt, by Saudi Arabia. And by the way, they're probably being more diplomatic than what's going on behind the scenes. And so I showed you the plan, the meeting at Mar-a-Lago between Netanyahu and Donald Trump, what Kushner's plan was that became what Donald Trump wants to do. Maybe Donald Trump's trying to, look, I'm trying to impress Ivanka. I'm going to take it over the way Kushner said that he was going to take it over. I'm going to do it, Ivanka. Who knows? This guy's a psycho. He's a psychopath. I mean, he's literally a demented psychopath. Every day threatening to invade and conquer. It's Greenland. It's Canada. It's Gaza. It's Panama. I'm going to take that over. I'm going to take it all over. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. We're going to keep on speaking out here at the Midas Touch Network. Even though we're here in the United States and we're dealing with this, we'll keep reporting on the truth. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 4 million subscribers together. I think we'll get there today. Thanks for watching.